Today we'll start chapter 2 of social science, that is resources part 2. Agricultural crops, minerals and power resources. In this chapter we will be studying about role of agriculture in Indian economy, major crops of India and their distribution, role of government agencies in agricultural development, medicinal and horticulture development, methods, utility, minerals, types, distribution and their conservation. Lastly, power resources, their types, distribution, uses and conservation. We'll start with role of agriculture in Indian economy. As India is an agricultural economy, most of the people in India are dependent on agriculture for their livelihood and for their earning. As India is having various types of soils, various climatic conditions, various topographical conditions, so India is having very favorable chances of having a better agriculture than other countries. Around the world, 11% of area is cultivable. In India, 51% of area is cultivable, which is equal to China. So these statistics show that India is a agricultural country. 58% of the laborers in India are dependent on agriculture. 58%, and agriculture is contributing 56% in our GNP, that is gross national product. Gross national product means overall income which our nation is earning. 56% of the income is coming from agriculture. If we'll see that many people are totally dependent on agriculture for their industries, for their livelihood, for their occupation and for each and every aspect of their life. 17% of the world population survives on Indian agriculture, and in India also 2/3 of the Indian population is dependent on agriculture. So we can say a large part of India is dependent on agriculture. Many people are getting employed because of agriculture. We can see that agriculture is employing farmers, agriculture is employing various people who are connected with crops, who are connected with food, who are connected with fruits and vegetables. And agriculture gives raw material for other industries also, and mainly agriculture is connected with textile industry. Why? Because cotton, which is the raw material, is transferred to textile industries for clothing and other types of manufacturings. Indian agriculture is sustaining a very large population in India, as it gives variety of minerals, vitamins, carbohydrates, proteins, and because of these nutrients we are able to survive, we are able to exist, because without these people cannot live a healthy life. In India, agriculture is like a foundation stone for the country, for its future development, and it is rightly said that agriculture and economy of India is like a soul in the body. As soul is important for the body, we cannot live. In the same way, agriculture is important for the country. People cannot live without agriculture. The next topic will be distribution of crops. We have two classifications of crops, that is according to season and according to the type of usage. First is according to the season. Under this category we have Kharif crop, Rabi crop and Zaid crop. Kharif crop are those crops which are sown in June and July, mainly in rainy season, and ready to reap in October and November. These include rice, jowar, bajra, maize, etc. Second category of crop is Rabi crop, which are sown in October, November and ready to reap in March and April. These crops include wheat, gram, barley, mustard, etc. Third category under this is Zaid crop. Zaid crops are grown in summer season and these mainly include the fruits and vegetables of the country, especially green fodder. Next category in distribution of crops is according to the utility or usage, we can say. First is food crop. Food crop comes under the category of those crops which are mainly used directly as food. Food, we use wheat, rice, gram, pulses, cereals. These are mainly food crops which are used as food. Second category is cash and commercial crops. Cash and commercial crops, through its name you can see that these are used for commercial purposes. These are not directly used as fruit. They are sold to generate cash. These include cotton, jute, tobacco, coffee, sugarcane, oilseeds, etc. So, these were the categories of the crops. Next, I will tell you the main crops of India and where they are found. Mainly wheat. Wheat is the most important crop in India. It is mainly found in UP, Punjab, MP and Rajasthan. Next is rice. It is found in West Bengal, Uttar Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Tamil Nadu. Next we have groundnut. Groundnut, India has the first rank in groundnut production and it is found in Gujarat, or we can say it is produced in Gujarat. Next I will tell you, in India major production of grains include rice on the top. Second we have wheat. Third we have millets, and lastly we have pulses. So major portion of production is covered by rice and wheat. It also makes us self-sufficient because we export rice and wheat to other countries also. Next I will tell you the role of government in development of agriculture. The first scheme, or we can say the first program started by government was Green Revolution. Green Revolution means when there were rapid increase in the agricultural production through the use of high yielding variety of seeds and chemical fertilizers, new technology and better irrigation facilities, we were able to produce more and more because of this technique. So this whole scenario is known as Green Revolution. Mainly it was done in Punjab, Haryana, UP, and we got lots and lots of wheat and rice through Green Revolution. And it also encouraged agricultural research in soil testing, fixation of support prices for the farmers. Government was fixing support prices for the farmers to sell these produce. New techniques were used, pesticides were used, finance and loan facilities were also given to the people in Green Revolution. Next is White Revolution. White Revolution means increase in the milk production with the help of dairy development programs in rural areas. When in rural areas dairy development programs were done and we were able to produce milk and milk related products in more quantity. This mission was also known as Operation Flood, which is related to milk. This mission was started in the Kheda district of Gujarat and it covered the near states, that is UP, Punjab, Haryana also. So this also made us self-sufficient in milk production. Third revolution was Yellow Revolution. As the name suggests, Yellow Revolution was the strategy and research in the field of production of crops for edible oil and oil seeds. As you can say, we have groundnut oil, soya bean oil, different types of oil. This is because of the Yellow Revolution. Yellow is related to oil production. And government started increasing the storage facility, distribution facility of these oil seeds, and better prices were given to the farmers. Next is Blue Revolution. Blue Revolution is a progress in production and productivity in fisheries. When word blue comes, it is related to water and fishes are connected with water. So fishery sector was developed in Blue Revolution. India is ranking third in the production of fishes because of the Blue Revolution. And last revolution was Pink Revolution, which is related to growing fruits in tropical and temperate climate. In different areas and seasons, we were growing the fruits and vegetables, especially fruits like apple, banana, cashews, using soil and varied climates of India. This is known as Pink Revolution. So these were the role of government in development of agriculture. Next we have medicinal and horticulture crops, their method, utility and security. Medicinal and horticulture means when India was making itself self-sufficient in horticulture. Horticulture especially is connected with flowers, fruits, vegetables and ornamental plants. And medicinal is connected with the medicinal herbs which can be used to cure various types of illnesses. So India has a great potential for horticulture works and crops like flowers, fruits, vegetables, and due to variety of its soil, varied climate and other conditions. India is world's largest producer of fruits and vegetables. Fruits such as mangoes, bananas, apples, lemon, amla are produced in plenty, and vegetables like onion, cabbage, cauliflower, tomato, peas, etc. And India ranks second after China in vegetables. We are largest producer of fruit and second largest of vegetables. And especially spices of India are very important because India is known as the house of spices and largest exporter of spices. Medicinal and aromatic plants. Aromatic plants means the plants which give aroma, which give fragrance, which give flavor. India ranks 6th in the production of herbs and aromatic plants. We have 2000 species of medicinal and 1300 species of aromatic plants in India. Indian government started horticulture development program in 2005. It included various various activities through which we can develop a horticulture. It encouraged in production of high quality crops, increased marketing and export of these horticulture development crops, and increased production and productivity of these crops. Establish graft banks to increase production and fulfill the demands of those people who are working in horticulture crops. Specially, horticulture program was implemented in Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal. Many other facilities were given such as irrigation facility, manure, fertilizer, pesticides. Proper weather forecasting was done so that the people can do better horticulture development. Loans were provided to people who were engaged in horticulture development, means the development of flowers, vegetables, fruits. In this way, we are progressing in this field because of our programs.